The song started with just me in my bedroom with a guitar. We just went through and we started dragging sounds out and then like putting the pattern together. And by the end of that day, we had like the bass, the drums, the guitar, the vocals over, and we just sat there and listened to it. And we were like, bro.
that was the moment.
Yeah, that was the moment we were like, we got something here. And now we have a vision.
So tell us about the vision actually, because yeah, it says ain't got nothing if I don't have you.
Yeah.
And by you, do you mean, is that a person? Is that an intangible thing? Is that a concept? How is that for you?
I like to keep that a bit more open because obviously to me, I have a very personal thing that means to me. But the whole idea of the song is you don't have nothing without that one thing in your life. It's from the point of view of the person who is struggling with that thing, right? Whether that's an addiction or that's just their phone or the way they look or someone in their life, right? So it could be anything, right? Or them in their career and their work's taking over, you know, right? And in their head, that is the most important thing. That is what they want in life. That is how it's going to be. Everything they do is based around that. But to everyone else, you look completely stupid because you're ruining your whole life for that one thing. And it's the whole mental battle of making that person realize, one, how crazy they're acting, but two, the internal struggle of realizing that yourself. Because people can say things all they want, but it's never going to change unless you realize in yourself that you're crazy.
Yeah. No, I love that. And I think we as artists, all of us are a little crazy.
Yeah,
but,
yeah, 100%.
Right? And which is why I think I related to the song so much. And I think I remember the very first time when we spoke about the song and we're coming up with the whole music video concept. Tell us a bit about how the conversation was like.
Drop it.
I had shots in mind, but I didn't have a story in mind.
Yep.
Right? But the shots were like
it was
crazy.
The concept though.
Yeah, it was crazy.
It was.
I want driving in a bathtub
on the road.
I want a mattress in the lake and you're gonna wake up in the middle of the lake. So I just think and I'm like, yeah, that's the one, right? But you're not like a person who's just like, no, we can't do that. We gotta think of something else. You're like, okay, if not that, how can we change this? How can we manipulate the story? How can we still have this core concept come into place? The way everything comes together and tells a story is really important. And that's when more of an ambiguous concept is better because you can tell that through instruments and through different things and you don't have to directly say it. No, I couldn't stop it. The one thing that I've always noticed from people in these situations is like how pronounced it is in their eyes. Like you can, like the rest of their face might look so happy and stuff, but you see it in their eyes where they're like dead, right?
Right.
And that was one of the main things that needed to be carried through in the music video, and she did that great. When it cuts, you see the two sides of her. You see the work life, you see her getting ready, you see how she goes about her day, and then you see her when she's at the bar and when it's like all really hitting her. And because there's a progression in both sides, the progression of how the day goes, and there's a progression of how her mental goes.
Right.
It's nice that we cut them side by side because you see them happening at the same time and both end up in the same place. During the studio day on the Thursday, when we were doing the mirror scene and the bar scene.
The mirror scene, right.
And the band scenes.
Yeah.
Me and JD were just sitting at the back watching you guys work, and it was you guys just like bouncing ideas off each other, trying to figure out the angles and things. And there was like just watching that the whole time. I loved it. I loved it. It was so fun. The cool thing about a music video is it isn't like set in stone perfectly, where like you can get a bunch of different shots and then just see what works best. So I think that was the cool part about it as well.
Plus, I feel like we had an amazing crew that we could sort of really rely on, and they helped us and supported us in the sense of, okay, if this doesn't work, we can use this, but plus like time and stuff like that.
Exactly. People were willing to give up time and people were willing to stay behind and work on things and figure things out, which was really appreciated.
I think it was lovely.
The most important part of the look in the background with Angeli, the main character.
The look's been made.
Ready to
I'm glad that what I want to put into the song has somewhat been translated. You know what I mean? People can pick up on that and people can understand like the inspiration of the song and the concepts and things like that. And I think the concepts aren't so, like the big concept that we keep talking about, right, isn't too obvious, but then when you look at the music video brings light to that. That's where you really see the concepts of the songs and like just like the two different sides of the story.
What is the purpose of you turning the camera around?
It gives a very drunk effect, which is like the camera's spinning and like whole world is entire spinning. It's got a lot of metaphorical, spiritual. You connect to God because of it. So
Oh,